and Reb Yitzhak, who were 40 years ago in the place that stirred every Jew across the world, in the deepest recesses of his heart. They were at the Kotel Ma'arivi with the heart and soul of Am Yisrael. So 40 years later, tonight, we have a very great, special privilege to welcome them again to Jerusalem, their hometown, our hometown, Am Yisrael's hometown. Yerusha Shalem. This is the inheritance that Hashem promises for us. That we see it with our own eyes, that from the four corners of the world, Am Yisrael is coming home. Am Yisrael is coming home in all shapes and forms. From South Africa, I'm from South Africa. In the 67 war, I told my parents, I had my bags packed at the front door, and I was on my way. And my parents said, "Where are you going?" So I said, "I'm on my way to Jerusalem." They said, "Yes, 6-year-old on his way to Jerusalem, how are you going to get there?" I said, "I don't know, I've got to go." They said, "What do you plan to do?" I said, "Well, they're probably soldiers that are in critical condition, that need some little boy to wipe their forehead in hospital, or somebody needs sandbags to protect his home, or the soldiers. I've got to go." They said to me, "That's wonderful, but right now you're in our home, you're under our responsibility. Unpack your bags, and when you're old enough, then you can go." So I never forgot that offer from my parents, and Baruch Hashem, my parents came home with me to Jerusalem, and my mom is with us this evening, and what I never dreamt of is that my parents would make Aliyah before me. My late father Zatzal is on Har HaZeitzim, and please God, in the times of the Mashiach Tzidkenu and Gula Shleimat, Techiyat HaMeitim, we'll all be reunited, all the generations of Am Yisrael. So what I'd like to reflect on is that when I was told to go back and unpack my suitcases, I decided, what else can I do for Am Yisrael? I had one of the most precious collections of Mad magazines in the world. I think I had the very first Mad magazine and all the Mads that existed. I asked my father to put an advert in the newspaper. The next day the whole collection was sold at a premium. I got a phenomenal ransom, a king's ransom for them, and I immediately donated the money to a hospital in Jerusalem, Shaarei Tzedek, and I was very happy to know that at least there was some little thing that I could do to make a difference. The dream was really not to make a difference from a distance, but to come home and to live the miracle and to live the dream. And I can only say in the last 12 years it's been greater than anything I could have dreamed. We just recently published a new book, which is the world premiere this evening. A book with a very unusual title, Mother Slept on the Stove. This is the book. It's just come to the world. It's been a year of miracles bringing this book to the world. It's the 4 cups of the Leil Seder, the redemption from the 4 corners of the world, stories of Jews from all over the world through the generations, experiencing the miracles of the redemption. The redemption is described as V'hotzeiti, which is breaking the chains of Egyptian slavery, V'hatzalti, which is to save Am Yisrael by breaking the gates of Egypt and bringing Israel out. Ga'alti, which is the Geula coming through the splitting of the Red Sea and destroying Israel's enemies, the Egyptians that wanted to murder us measure for measure. Hashem destroyed them and washed them up so that Am Yisrael should never worry that they would ever pursue us again. V'lokachti is on Har Sinai. That was the chuppah, Am Yisrael and Hashem entering into a covenant for eternity, and from there we could experience the beginning of the ultimate cup, the Kos Shel Eliyahu, the 5th cup, the cup of redemption, the coming home to Israel, the coming home to Jerusalem, the coming home to the Beis HaBechira. That cup in Exodus 6.6 is described as V'haveti, and you will come in, you will come to me, into my home, into my palace. Hashem says, into Israel and into Jerusalem, you will experience what nobody ever before you experienced. And then it says, Ha'emek Dova v'yadati. Only when you come into my palace can you really know me, because then you can live with me. So I'd like, without any further ado, to invite 2 very special guests that I could only have dreamt I would ever have the privilege of meeting. Reb Yitzhak Yafet, if you could come forward please and give us a few moments reflection of what it was 40 years ago and what your feelings are today. Thank you.
Good evening. To tell the truth, I'm very tired today. I'll tell you some words about this war. In 1967. לא שומעים? זה לא עובד.
If you can speak louder, sorry.
Maybe she put the thing, right?
The microphone doesn't work. It
doesn't work?
doesn't work. Sorry.
Okay.
So you prefer me to speak in Hebrew or in English?
I'm good.
Maybe in Turkish? Well, let's say I turned 41 years ago. The atmosphere in Israel, as you know, was very bad and very heavy. You could have cut it with the knife. It was so heavy. All my friends, all the men was recruited, all the street were empty of men. No men you could see in the street. In those days, I was a teacher in school, and I felt very bad, even to stand in front of the students. Their fathers was recruited. Well, on the 23rd of May, 1967, when I came home after accompanying my girlfriend, that later on became my wife, I accompanied her home from the university, and I felt something in the air. 2 minutes after entering home, I heard the doorbell, bell door rang. I opened the door. I saw 2 youngsters, boy and girl, from the Gadna volunteers, and in their hands was a desired paper for recruited to the military service. So I was very, very pleased. I wanted only to kiss them because they saved me. They rescued me from staying alone in the street, and finally I could look directly to the eyes of the people. Before it I couldn't. Well, we met, all my battalion met in the near the Ben Gurion airport. We raised a military camp. At the evening, we did the fire and sang around the fire, and during the day we started to train. Then after 2-3 weeks of being in the military service, our commander, Yossi Yafe, to be blessed memory, he died, gathered us and gave us the fighting plane. According to this plane, we should parachute jump into El Arish, conquer this city, and then to advance to Sinai according to the military tasks. We were very glad to hear it. We were very glad to know that finally, after so many years of training, after so many years of working so hard, finally we are arriving to the side of every parachutist fighter to jump behind the enemy front line. So we were taken to the orchard of Kibbutz Givat Brenner. In this place, it's near the Tel Nof military airport. And then we got the parachute. Everybody fitted the strips of the parachute, and we were prepared ourselves emotionally and physically, and we was ready to go to the airport and from there to fly to Sinai, to El Arish. All of a sudden, we saw our commander, Yossi Afe, that walked restless in a heavy face, and we felt that he wanted to tell us something, but it was very difficult for him. He gathered us and told us, look guys, we have to cancel our plane because King Hussein took his mission too seriously, and he started to artillery in Jerusalem, and there are some casualties here. So we have to change our way to cancel the parachute jump in El Arish. We was very sad. After so many years to cancel the parachuting jump in El Arish, believe me, in the tears in the eyes, we took off the parachute and took the buses and came here to Jerusalem. The morale was very, very low, and the bus driver that saw us so angry and wanted to cheer us up, opened the radio on the Egyptian radio and listening to the Egyptian announcer telling us in Hebrew, telling us, look, your aircraft are falling like mosquitoes, and this really made us laugh because we knew the truth. Because we knew that on that morning there was no Egyptian and Syrian and Jordanian Air Force. So it makes us laugh. Well, we arrived to Jerusalem around 2 a.m. during the night, and every platoon sat around, in Bet HaKerem, every platoon sat around the houses there, and you could see all the women and the girls that came out of their houses with trays, with coffee and cakes that they cooked, and offered us to make phones to our wife, home, girlfriend, and so on. And it was really very touched to see the embracing of our people here in Jerusalem. I myself, for you, it's special for you, I myself got a very dreadful headache, toothache. Yeah, toothache, but I couldn't say to my friends 5 minutes before going to fight that I have a toothache. The salvation came from unbelievable place. The woman that from that house that we was nearby get out with the tray and coffee, etc., and told us, look guys, my husband, maybe you know his son, because her husband is died. My husband, Dr. Baina, is a dentist. If anybody needs some help, he is ready to help you. So I felt like a snake bitten. One moment I jumped on his sofa and he gave me a local anesthetic and the pain disappeared. You know Dr. Beinart is here in Jerusalem, in Bet HaKeren? So, his Beinart. His father was a dentist too, now his son is dentist. So he gave me the local anesthetic and the pain disappeared. It was really miracle. So we started to go to Ammunition Hill. Dodik, our commander of platoon ahead, Yossi Afe was head of all the battalion. And we arrived to near the Ammunition Hill. From there we should pass to about 200-300 meters uncovered and exposed to the Jordanian fire. Then to cut some fences and to enter to the trenches in the ammunition hill. So when the order was gave us, we started to run towards the ammunition hill. My friend Yair Goldberger from Kibbutz Augen ran near me, and in this area, uncovered area, he got a bazooka on his chest and fell down and died. And it was really very sorry because I like him very much. So we entered the trenches of Ammunition Hill. There was, you know, the trenches in Ammunition Hill, very narrow trenches, and we started to run and to shoot on the place that we should shoot. And we got a fire from the Jordanian, from everywhere. And after a few moments, we started to work on bodies, and we didn't know if it's our bodies of our friends or enemy, because it was very dark night. In one corner, I finished my magazine. I want to refill it, and a Jordanian saw me change my magazine, and he wanted to kill me with his knife. I also said bayonet, yeah. So I don't know how, but I gave him a push with my gun, and he fell down. I took his gun and killed him with his gun. I'm not a hero. Zion make other things. And we continued. There was a hard, very terrible fire. It was a fight for to be or to live or to die. Really, it was so near. This was the distance between us and the Jordanian soldiers. When in the morning we finished the war, we had very many friends that was killed there. And from there we continue to we call him, איך זה נקרא שם אחרי גבעת תחמושת, איך קראנו לגבעה? איך? לא הר הצופים, לפני כן. גבעה הצרפתית? אוגוסטה ויקטוריה.
זה אחר. זה אחרי הר הצופים, אוגוסטה ויקטוריה.
כן.
התחלנו בהר הצופים.
לא, אבל לפני הר הצופים, איך קוראים למקום הזה שם?
זה שטרח?
מה זה? There was Sheikh Darach. Okay, Sheikh Jarrah. Okay. Then we gone to Scopus Mount, and from there we enter through, as you know, through the Lions Gate to the old city. There wasn't a real fire in the old city, only some snipers that hide in the roofs and shoot us. Near the wailing wall, we heard someone calling from the head of the line. They called to the medical assistant. So our paramedic, Igal Arad, ran. I forgot, 40 years ago. Now I'm 65, I'm not young. Igal Arad ran towards the line to help to see what's going there. And then we were called to the doctor, our battalion doctor, Dr. Mori, one of the best doctors and fighters that I ever met. He died in Yom Kippur War. Ran towards the line, and then we heard a voice of a baby. So there was an Arab woman that wanted to give birth, and we found our doctor helped her to give a birth. Very nice and pretty baby. Well, we finished the war here in the ammunition hill and in the Jerusalem, in the old city. Then we get another order to go to the Syria, to attack a place in Syria. אתה זוכר את שם הכפר, ציון? אתה זוכר את שם הכפר בסוריה? תל חפר, תל פחר? כן. תל פחר. We should go to the Syria to conquer other place, other village. But as we arrived to the north, there was a ceasefire, and we didn't enter Syria. We came back here to Jerusalem. Our commander, Yossi Yafe, gathered us on the ammunition hill and eulogized our friends that was with us a few days before, and now they was died. Everybody took some stones and we build a memory of stones for our friend. We put a helmet on it. Then, no, it's okay. Then we get to the other side of the ammunition hill, and we erected another memory, a small one, for the Jordanian soldiers, because we saw that fought very good and we appreciate them. Well, after that, our battalion participated in Yom Kippur War, was the first to cross over the Suez Canal, and then in Lebanon. And it was in all the wars, all the battles that wars till today, from the 6-day war till today. So if you have any question, or maybe Zion will speak, say his words. בוא תגיד מה שאתה רוצה להגיד להם. אני סיימתי.
יש לי שאלה אליי. Did you realize then that picture would make you so famous all those years later?
No. No, I wanted to tell you, by the way, as I said before, that I entered to the Dr. Ubaina that gave me a local anesthetic. After giving me the injection, he looked at me and in shocked voice told me, look, if you free the Wailing Wall, you can come in all your life freely free the wedding wall, but I didn't realize his invitation.
What was your feeling when you stood at the kotel at that
That,
moment?
we came to hear that.
What I feel now, or in
Take a
that,
picture.
At the time and now. Then and now.
in that time, I was very excited. I saw all the Jewish history passing my eyes. It was really very strange, very.
I want to see that.
What?
I want to see it filmed.
You want to see what? I saw it.
Mori?
I know this.
Mori, lift up.
Okay. You can take it. Today, I'm a little bit angry on the situation of the Wailing Wall. I think that there should was, in that day, there were many Arabs in this place. And now they went away from there. The state, the situation there is changed, and the separation between men and women, and the Arabs not can be there, and we can't be in the Arabite. So it's make me feel not good, bad. רוצה לדבר, בוא תשחרר אותי
מי? אני קורא בעברית. קדימה, אתה מתרגם? בסדר.
Zion Karasanti is going to speak in Hebrew. That's his fluent language. He doesn't understand English, so we'll try and translate as we go along.
Right.
We thank very much.
Is the microphone?
Are you having difficulty hearing?
Yes.
ערב טוב לכולם. טוב. חברי יצחק תיאר לכם את המסלול של הלחימה שלנו במלחמת ששת הימים. אני אכניס אתכם קצת לעבירה של הדברים המיוחדים של הלחימה עצמה.
The atmosphere of the day.
אני ציון קרסנטי, מספר אישי 475237. הייתה לי הזכות להיות לוחם בחטיבה 55 של הצנחנים, גדוד 66, פלוגה ב' במלחמת ששת הימים. תושב העיר עפולה, יליד טבריה, מספר דורות בארץ, בן להורים שהיו חברי ההגנה וממייסדי היישוב העברי בארץ. במלחמת השחרור אבי ז"ל היה בן מפקדיה של שכונת מומוניה על יד קברו של הצדיק הרמב"ם שבטבריה. היום כאן בירושלים של עם ישראל, שהיא יותר מאשר עיר. ואני רוצה להגיד לכם, כשאני נכנס לירושלים, כבר בכניסה, כבר הסרט של אותו יום לפני 41 שנה, עולה לי בראש, ואני מתחיל להתרגש כמו ילד קטן. אז אני חייב קצת להיכנס לעבירה של כל הנושא של ירושלים כדי להכניס גם אתכם. ירושלים הייתה בעינה תפילה, רעיון, הבטחה סודית, דגל וסמל לקיום העם היהודי. לפיכך אבותינו שראו את חורבן ירושלים ויצאו לגלות, לא אפסה מהם התקווה שעוד ישובו אליה. כמו שנאמר, הרגתם ואהבתם הרבה לירושלים. זאת ביטאו בכל עת, בכל מקום, על כל צעד ושעל, בשירה, בספרות ובתפילה. 3 פעמים ביום פונה היהודי לירושלים בתקווה ואומר, ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. חז"ל תיקנו לנו שבראש כל שמחת איש ישראל נשבע ואומר, אם אשכחך ירושלים, תשכח ימיני, תדבק לשוני מחיקי, אם לא אזכרכי, אם לא אעלה את ירושלים על ראש שמחתי. זאת שבועה של נאמנות לירושלים ולציון, וההתחייבות לשוב, ועוגן של תקווה לחיי עם יציבים ומאושרים. אנו יודעים שעם ישראל תמיד בטח בקדוש ברוך הוא, והאמין כי לא לנצח ישכחנו ולא יעזבנו לאורך ימים. ובמהרה יפקידנו ברחמים וינקום את נקמתנו מהגויים אשר צרו עלינו ונלחמו בנו וגירשונו מארצנו. ויזכור לנו את יום ירושלים, המר והנמהר, ויהפוך אותו ליום תשועה וניצחון. יום שבו תשוב ירושלים להוד יופייה והדר גדולתה. על כן, הדור שלנו זכה לגאולת ישראל הנכספת, ובעזרת הקדוש ברוך הוא צור ישראל וגואלו, במסירות עם ישראל וחייליו, שהקריבו נפשם, שבנו אל ארצנו, מדינת ישראל, הייתה למציאות חיה וקיימת. והנה, ביום הראשון של המלחמה, בקרב על ירושלים, החיילים דחפו את עצמם למכונה המפחידה של המלחמה, והיו חלק ממנה. החיילים הסתערו ונלחמו כאריות, פנים אל פנים, בשטח בנוי, בתעלות מפותלות, מאוד ובגונקרים מודפנים ומחופים היטב. נפצעו ונפלו רבים מן החברים. היו גילוי גבורה רבים. חיילים חיפו זה על זה בגופם. חובשים וחיילים טיפלו בפצועים תחת אש חזקה וצולבת. בשעת הצהריים תם הקרב על גבעת התחמושת. התקדמנו לעבר שייח' ג'ראח, הר הצופים ולאוגוסטה ויקטוריה ולהר הזיתים. כך נכבשו כל הרכסים המזרחיים סביב העיר העתיקה. המחזה הנשקף היה מרהיב. העיר העתיקה הציורית של ירושלים נפרסה לפנינו. כיפות המסגדים בעקו מקרני השמש. חשנו זוהר פנימי מיוחד במינו. וכל קולות ירושלים עברו באף בעינינו. בעודנו תוהים ונרגשים, באה הפקודה ההיסטורית של המח"ט מוטגור ז"ל לכבוש העיר העתיקה. אנו הראשונים להיכנס אליה. העם היהודי מחכה לניצחוננו. עם ישראל מחכה לשעה היסטורית זו. יהיו גאים ובהצלחה. שער האריות נפרץ, והכוחות מיהרו להר הבית והכותל המערבי, והנפנו את הדגל. הרגשה מיוחדת במינה אפפה את כולנו. מאות הצנחנים המאובקים באבק אדמה ואבק שרפה, חמוצים מזיעה ומדם, דמנו ודם חברינו, הטובים שלא הספיקו להגיע למעמד זה. היינו נדחקים בתוך זרם הגואה ומפרצים דרך אל האבנים השחוקות והחלקות והחמימות בקרני השמש. נצמדים אליהם בנשיקות ומלטפים אותם בלהט. אחדים פורקים את מתח הקרב ובוכים, מסתכלים על האבנים הדוממות אבל עם לב, מספרים להם על כל קולות שלנו ושל עם ישראל, מספרים להם על הגעגועים הרבים ועל הדם הרב שנשפך במשך כל הדורות, כדי להגיע אליהם ולגאול אותם. זה היה בכי של התרוממות נפש, של התנשאות מגודל המעמד ושל צער על הנופלים ושל סיום המלחמה. מיד ליד הכותל, לפתע, נשמעה תפילתו של צנחן, האוחז באבני הכותל, כי זו התפילה הראשונה שהתפלל בחייו. בקול אמר את תפילתו מכל הלב, מעומק ליבו, אלוהים, קרא בקול, כאשר עיניו פונות כלפי מעלה, מעולם לא פניתי אליך. זו הפעם הראשונה שאני פונה אליך בתפילה ואף האחרונה, ויותר לא אטריד אותך. אני מבטיח, לכן עליך להאזין לתפילתי זו. כאשר הוא מתקרב עוד יותר לאבני הכותל, המשיך ואמר, רק בקשה אחת לי אליך, אל תניח לכותל הקדוש הזה לשוב ולעבור לידי זרים. אני נתתי את הקטע הזה של הצנחן, ואני תמיד אמרתי שבשעת צרה הדבר הטוב של מדינת ישראל, של היהודים, שכולם מתלכדים יחד, ואחד עוזר לשני בנפש. ככה שבשעת המלחמה, כשהיינו אנשים דתיים, חילוניים, קיבוצניקים, מושב, לא משנה מה, תמיד כולם בזמן צרה אומרים בעזרת השם, יהיה בסדר. אנחנו אחד עם השני, אנחנו נעזור אחד לשני ויהיה בסדר. ושאני לא אשכח להזכיר לכם שהגיע הרב גורן זיכרונו לברכה להביא לנו את ברכת הצנחן. כל החיילים עטו עליהם רק לקבל את הברכה הזאת, כשנדע שזהו, הקדוש ברוך הוא איתנו. וכל אדם שאומר שהוא לא מאמין זה שקר, בליבו הוא יהודי לכל דבר. לפני שאני מסיים, אני חייב להזכיר לסיום שלא שכחנו וחייבים לזכור את שלושת החיילים החטופים, הבנים היקרים שלנו, גלעד שליט, אהוד קורצווסר ואליעד רגב. וכמובן אנו מבקשים מעל במה זו את מירב הכוחות והמגעים והמסעים להחזרתם של שלושת החטופים, חיילינו ובנינו. מעבירים לנו גם מסר חשוב ודואג לכל האנשים הנוגעים ולהשיב אותם לחיק משפחותיהם במהירות האפשרית. מי ייתן שבחג החירות הזה שבא עלינו ישכון בינינו, בתוך תוכנו, בתוך עמנו, שלום, חברות ורעות בין כל פלגי העם, וייתן עטרת וקדושה לכל צבא ההגנה לישראל, מפקדיו וחייליו. תודה רבה.
ציון, רב יצחק, ממש זה זכות גדול שברך אתכם עם כל הברכות של התורה וכל המשפחת, בעזרת השם כל עם ישראל במהרה בימינו יגיע לכותל, לבית המקדש, וכולנו לא קדעו ביחד. המלחמה אחרונת הימים, זה לא מלחמה בכוח של הידיים או בשביל כוח של הטיר, זה הכוח של התפילה. The prophets predicted that the final battle, the final frontier, won't be outer space, it won't be the might of the military, it won't be the amount of atom bombs that a nation carries. There's not going to be the outer boundaries and the outer frontiers of the world that will be conquered, it will be the inner recesses of the heart. This is the final frontier, and this is the final battle. And as we see our brothers and sisters coming home to Torah and Tefillah and Tzedakah, we are overwhelmed with the miracles that Hashem is sharing with our generation. That I believe, with Emunah Shlema, that it is very close. the times when pain and suffering, when disease, when toothache will be a thing of the past, and heartache. That it will be a time when obstetricians will be very busy delivering the next generation of babies, so you've got lots of work to deal with, and that the nation will experience a new light, a celebration that the world has never experienced yet. Of course, there's still some birth pangs, the Chevle Mashiach, the birth pangs of Mashiach, that the generation that we saw at the beginning of the video that said when the blood was flowing through the streets of Jerusalem like lakes, like rivers of blood, they said they saw such terrible tragedy. They saw the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, and they said, if Mashiach come, but let us not be in that generation. They understood something was going to be so awesome in the final delivery that it would be something even more terrifying, but on the other hand, the potential for the greatest Geula of world history, if we can imagine it, the 10 plagues of Egypt, all happening in 1 second, to all the enemies of Hashem, to all those nations that would like to not only destroy Hashem's hometown, Yerusha, Shalem, his eternal inheritance for his children, but those people that would like to divide his house, not just his physical house, but his nation, they will fail. That is guaranteed. And as we see now in our days, that soup kitchens and chesed clinics can be developed where people that don't have any money, they just have a love of Eretz Israel and Am Israel, can come home without any food on their plate, without a roof over there, without clothing, or without the ability or the possibility of paying for any dental treatment. As Rabbi Yitzchak so beautifully put it, that when the dentist told him that he could give him an injection, and he said this was a miracle. So really, every time we experience this relief, this miraculous salvation from total agony and destruction, we must know for a certainty these are the modern miracles, nothing less. We have just gone on a miracle voyage in the last year to publish a book called Mother Slept on the Stove, True Stories to Warm the Heart and Feed the Soul. This is a book of miracles, voyaging through the 4 cups of the Leil Seder. Essentially, these are stories, modern day stories, of not only the miracle of our soup kitchen in Jerusalem, Hazon Yeshaya soup kitchen, which started 12 years ago because of a rabbi's toothache. The story is in the front of the book. That Rabbi Avram Israel experienced a terrible toothache one day, and he was referred to our clinic. We managed to relieve his pain, but he said that he still had a deeper pain. What was that? The starving in Jerusalem. I said that our international foundation, the Hebrew Order of David, which was started about 105 years ago, felt the pain, and we had already pledged to help approximately 50 people at a start to feed the hungry in Jerusalem and in Israel. He said, we want to be partners. This voyage, 12 years ago, has developed into a dream of 15,000 people every day. I was there today helping relieve the pain of toothache in the dental clinics, and we saw row after row of people pleading not only for their food, but for their Pesach packages, which is enough to feed a whole family. We suspect this year there'll be something like 25,000 families that we're going to support. And this book has been dedicated, Mother Slept on the Stove, has been dedicated. All the money raised from this book is pledged and dedicated to Hazon Yeshaya Soup Kitchens. The voyage through the 4 cups of the Leil Seder, as we described in the beginning, comes to a conclusion at the 5th cup, the cup of Kos Shel Eliyahu. We have 1 more cup of wine at our Leil Seder, the 5th cup, the cup known as the cup of Elijah the prophet. Hashem has promised us, Vayeti, I shall bring you to the land, and you shall know me, according to Vayadati. We all yearn and pray that Elijah the prophet, who will announce the Mashiach Tzidkenu, the final redemption, the Beis Hamikdash, the 3rd temple, will come very soon in our days. I thank you one and all, and I hope and pray we'll be together again at the base of Mikdash soon. And Pesach Kosher V'Sameach. Thank you. I would like at this moment to invite Reb Yitzhak and Reb Zion to come up as a token, a tiny token, of our appreciation, to receive a little gift, something as a pledge of Ahava. First of all, I'd like to say what a pleasure and a privilege it is for you to take out from your awesomely busy schedule tonight. So, Yitzhak, I'd like you to take with our gratitude and our blessings. Also a special Haggadah, and blessing features in this Haggadah from around the world. The history of Israel, the modern miracle, and you're in it. So, and also we have, just a moment, this is also from all our heart and all our soul, and we also have a little something else. We mentioned before that we published a book on miracles from the Twin Towers. I'd like you to have an English copy. I have an English copy for you, but I can also give you a Hebrew copy later.
It's okay. Maybe finally studying.
So, and also we have a pamphlet of what you represent in helping us to feed the hungry. And this is also a compliment.
How many things?
Everything is a drop of more honey for the Leil Seder. Okay, once again, let's just once again. Put this aside.
I could wait till I get there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've
It was very nice to be with you, please. And I thank you very, very much.
That's it.
Okay, so we'd like to take you back, and it's really such a busy to have the privilege to meet you, not just to see your picture inside this little poster, but to meet you in person. Yeah.
I'll maybe I'll wait till I come to your office at 5.
One, two, three.
Thank you.
On the count, okay. 1, 2.
I'm sorry that the third soldier couldn't be because there is a grief in his family.
So Hashem should come back, please don't hopefully sometime in the future have something, a big celebration together.
You're going Israel now.
זה אחד אני רוצה.
You're going Israel.
תודה.
But I want you to also, also, this is עוד משהו, זה מיוחד. הגלה של פסח, וזה הילדים משוגע מזה, וזה הספר, על הנסים המקדוש, ואני אתן גם ספרים.
וואי, כדאי לו.
אריאל?
מה יש מצדיק?
יפ צילום. מצוין. כדאי לך. כן? באמת? This is the HID ambulance. gives Hebrew Order of David, Ir David Yerushalayim, food kitchens, dental clinics, bar mitzvah for orphans, loan gemach, weddings gemach, care of outreach. And it's Hebrew Order of David, Lodge Ir David, Yerushalayim. Park outside the Israel Center, where the talk was given tonight.